Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis and today we're going to be talking about my favorite books of 2023. I sat down a little bit ago and I tried to make this big list of all of my favorites and my least favorites of the year, and it literally took up more than the entire page. So we're going to be going really quick in this video because otherwise this video is going to be like an hour long. So in total in 2023 I read about 70 books, and these are all my top pick 5-star best books of the entire year. I will not be like ranking these books, I'm just going to share them in the order of when I read them, starting back in January all the way through now in December. Starting off, my first best book of 2023 was Do I Know You by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegemund-Broka. This came out in January. It is a marriage in trouble saving the marriage trope situation. Essentially, our main two characters are on vacation and they decide to pretend not to know each other, and they spend the entire vacation sort of first dating and getting to know each other again and then saving their marriage. I love Emily and Austin so much. This was a fantastic sophomore adult romance from them. Highly recommend it. And then I have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. This book is strangers to friends to lovers, and it is so cute. Our main two characters start off as complete strangers having a one-night stand together after a wedding, and then our main character Hallie is like, I'm gonna get my life together. That was like a low point for me. And the two end up accidentally re-meeting on a dating app and sort of forming this friendship that eventually leads to them doing a fake dating situation, which eventually leads to them falling in love. I adore this book. I think it's my favorite adult romance by Lynn Painter. Next, I have If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. Now this book made me sob my little eyes out. This book is really popular on TikTok. That's actually where I found out about it, so that's probably where you might know it from. But this book follows our main characters Autumn and Finney. Autumn and Finney were childhood best friends and they are neighbors, but when high school starts, they start growing apart into like different crowds, with Finney being more like a popular golden boy and Autumn is more of like an alternative outsider sort of vibe. And it follows like their 4 years through high school, like freshman through senior year, watching as their worlds kind of like collide and separate, and just their relationship evolving and changing. Is a very sad book. Go in with tissues and go in tentatively. It is definitely a book you'll read with a heavy heart, and it really made me cry. It has just had such a lasting impact on me, and I'm really excited for the sequel that will be coming out in 2024. I'm only putting one book on this list for this whole series. We're going to talk about the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. If you don't know, this series was originally independently published, but then it got picked up by Berkley, and they've been slowly re-releasing all 10 books throughout this entire year and into early 2024. So when Addicted to You came out in traditional print, I picked it up, and I've been picking up every single book in the series since then and reading them, because it's been like once a month, once every other month or so, and I have just been loving this series. This series is just such an essential part of my reading in 2023 because I've been reading like books 1 through 7 all year long. And then I haven't yet read Fuel the Fire. That one just came out in December, but I'm super excited to continue reading the series, and this book series is just so good and definitely well loved. It's about our main two characters, Lily and Lo. They're both addicts. The first book, along with the books in the Addicted series, follow their story, and then the Calloway Sisters series follow Lily's sisters, Daisy and Rose, and it's just, there's 10 books total, there's a reading order, they're phenomenal, and I know it's like 10 books, that seems a little intimidating, but like they are well worth it. I'm so glad I started this series in 2023. Next up, I have Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This is the sequel to When in Rome, which was one of my favorite books of 2022. So Practice Makes Perfect is on my 2023 list because, oh my goodness, I love Sarah Adams so freaking much. So this is a small town romance between Annie and Will. Annie is like the town's good girl. She owns a flower shop, very quiet. She loves pirate romance books. And then Will is the bodyguard side character from the first book. So it's like kind of like Grumpy Sunshine vibes, like town sweetheart versus edgy tattooed bodyguard. And then they also have just so many adorable cute moments because they have like this like practice dating situationship going on. It's just, I love this book. I love Sarah Adams with my entire heart. When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect are just two of my all-time favorite books. It's also closed door, so if you don't want something spicy and you want something cute and sweet with lots of tension, highly recommend. The next book I have on this list is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. So I will be saying right now, Iron Flame is not on this list, but Fourth Wing is. I read Fourth Wing on vacation over the summer, and I just breezed through that book. It was the first fantasy book I had really loved in such a long time. I think because of that, it deserved a spot on this list. I gave it 5 stars, and I have just sincerely enjoyed it. I know right now with the release of Iron Flame, there's a lot more mixed opinions coming out about this series, but I feel like I would just be lying if I didn't include Fourth Wing in this video. In case you don't don't know, Fourth Wing is about our main character Violet, and it's a dragon political fantasy, and Violet pretty much has to just like survive. And the book really just follows Violet and her survival, and it's very romantic-y, so there's like the really big romance like subplot in it. And I did really love Fourth Wing, which is very funny because like I said, Iron Flame's actually going to be on my least favorite video, so we'll talk about that later. After that, I have Water Under the Bridge by Kels and Denise Stone. This is their first book in the Perks and Benefits series, and it is so freaking good. I was convinced to pick this book up after I saw a TikTok where someone was talking about how our main female character in the book is like complaining that there isn't good coffee at the company, and the male main character buys her a $5,000 coffee machine with like all the bells and whistles, like syrups and coffee grounds and just all the things. And I was like, that sold me because I love coffee. I love books, so I'm going to read this. And it was phenomenal. I'm pretty sure it was like enemies to lovers, a kind of forced proximity moment. And it was just really good. It's also the first in a series, like I mentioned, and I have read other books in this series and sincerely enjoyed them. I feel like Kels and Denise Stone just like have me on their reading list now, and I will be reading everything they publish from now on because they are a phenomenal writing duo. Just like top tier, highly recommend their books. I feel like I keep saying like highly recommend. I just think that is probably implied because like this video is my favorite books, but I just want to I'm just so excited about these books, you know. Like I want you to know that I really recommend them. Like they're really good. Like I'm not just like, oh, these are some of my favorites. Like these are the favorites. These aren't the 4.5 stars. These are the 5 stars. Like these are like the cream of the crop 5-star books. Like really, really, really. They're so good. I don't have words. I do not have words for how much I love some of these books. Next, I have Betting on You by Lynn Painter. This book just came out in November, but I was so unbelievably lucky to get an arc of this. I can't even tell you how many like squealing, screaming noises came out of me when I unboxed it in the mail because I was not at all expecting to get this, and I'm so lucky I did. So this is Lynn Painter's newest novel. It's about our main 2 characters, Charlie and Bailey. It is an enemies to lovers forced proximity kind of moment because they end up working the same job together, and it also has a really big fake dating element, and this book is just so good. I can visualize so many of the scenes and like feel the tension by just closing my eyes and like picturing the scenes because they're so vivid in my mind. I read this book in like 2 sittings despite the fact that it's very, very chunky, and I adored every single second of it. Then I have Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood. This was actually my very first Ali Hazelwood book, and I'm kind of hooked now because I'm really interested to read more of her books. This is her first young adult book from Penguin. Thank you so much, Penguin Teen, for sending me a copy of this. I ended up reading it on NetGalley first and just loved it. Like, I have never played chess in my life, not a single day in my life. I don't even know how to play chess, but this book made me feel like I did, and it didn't make me feel dumb or confused at all, which is kind of a miracle because, like I said, no idea what's happening in chess. I'm so confused. This book was so cute. It had so much pining. I love the characters, and it was incredibly atmospheric. And I'm so excited after reading this to read more Ali Hazelwood books in the future. Next, I have Happy Place by Emily Henry. I don't feel like I talk about Emily Henry enough on this channel, but I do really love her adult romances. So when Happy Place came out this year, I was like all over that. All over it. It was so good. I loved Happy Place so much. It had the perfect like found family friend group vibes, and also I loved the small on the beach town vibes. The emotions and stuff in it was just really hard hitting, especially the conversations about what it means to really want like a tradition to never end and having to accept change and to just like be accepting of things changing even when you don't want them to. And it was just very hard hitting. The romance was amazing, and I love this book. I don't think it's my favorite by Emily Henry, but I did give it a shiny 5 out of 5 stars. Really loved it. Also by Ali Hazelwood, a few books later, I have Love Theoretically. This is the first adult romance I've read by Ali Hazelwood, and I adored this book so much. It's about our main character, Elsie and Jack, and the 2 of them don't really get along because they have like competing scientific viewpoints, but they end up like working together, so it's like still like a forced proximity moment anyways. This book is amazing. One thing I really loved about it is that between each chapter or every couple chapters, there's like these little inserts of like emails that our main character Elsie is receiving from her students. And I just think that Ali Hazelwood did a fantastic job telling this story. I felt like the formatting of it was really cute, and I just love her pacing. Like, her books are just addicting, and I read this, I think, within a day while I was on vacation. I ate this up. I ate them up, and I ate this book up. Then I have Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. It's my first Stephanie Archer book. Will not be my last. Will not be my last, especially because the sequel to this book is coming out in early December. So this book follows our main two characters, Jamie and Pippa. So Jamie is a hockey player, Pippa is his live-in forced proximity assistant. And on top of that, they actually went to high school together, and there are some lingering long-term crush feelings. Pippa wants to be a musician, and Jamie just really supports her, and their relationship is so cute and so beautiful, and he is so supportive. I love the big group and cast of characters, the hockey team, all that sort of stuff, and I just breezed through this book. It is a excellent hockey sports romance, if that is your vibe. Now I have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This book straight up owns a little bit of my soul. I have so little words for this book because I love it so much. This book is a sequel to Icebreaker, but takes place following different characters, Russ and Aurora, the loves of my life. It takes place at a summer camp. The two of them have a one-night stand at a party, only to get to the summer camp and realize that they are like co-camp counselors together, and the camp has like a no fraternizing rule, so they're trying like to like deny that they like each other and like deny the chemistry, but it's just so good. It is dual POV. It also covers much more than just their romance, but like their issues, like daddy issues, family issues, that sort of thing. And it's just so beautiful watching these two characters work so well together with all the stuff that they have been through. It is phenomenal, and I just feel like Hannah Grace did an amazing job with this book. It follows up Icebreaker perfectly, and I'm ecstatic and really excited to read more from her in the future. Next up, I have Mixed Signals by B.K. Boriston. This book is sunshine on sunshine and pure happiness. Our main two characters are both sunshine, so it's literally sunshine times sunshine, and it is just really cute. This is the third book in the Love Night Farm series between Caleb and Layla. So Caleb's been coming to Layla's bakery for like as long as he can remember and like ordering the same thing, and they never really like notice each other per se. However, one night they like get caught out at a bar together, and they kind of have this like interaction that leads to them being like, what if we practice date, because we both kind of suck at dating. So they end up going on like practice dates and like practice dating, and they have like, you know, now all of a sudden their worlds are forced together and they're chatting, and it's like, it's so cute. I adore these two. They are beautiful. They're like one of those couples where I read about them and I'm like, they will never get divorced. Like they would just stay together forever. They're perfect for each other. Like they're truly just soulmates. And this book is Small Town, which is a trope I just adore. So I love this book. I think it's my favorite in the Love Night Farm series. And the final book on my list is Night Shift by Annie Crown. This is a very fluffy, very quick, very light story about our main two characters. We have Kendall and Vincent. Kendall and Vincent meet when Kendall's working the night shift at the library at their college campus, and they end up having a very steamy exchange that leads to them kind of having just like a bit of a relationship. It's a very fast-paced novel. It's very Wattpad-esque in a good way, and I just ate this book up. Like I read this after I was kind of falling into a book slump, and I just devoured this book so quickly. It is very cute. It doesn't have too much depth to it, but I feel like if you just need something more like a palette cleanser, something kind of light, something playful, this book is super, super freaking cute. I'm kind of impressed by how quickly I got through all these books, because there's like literally like 20 books sitting next to me or something, but we did it. I tend to talk way too much about my books and talk way too in-depth about them. And I just felt like if I wasn't going to get myself through those books quickly, then we were going to be here for like a long time. That all being said, those are my favorite books of 2023. 2023 was a really good reading year, and honestly, I'm overall just so happy because not only were all those like 5 stars that I loved, but there were also so many like 4.5 or 4-star books. Like overall, my reading year was just really great. I hope y'all are doing so good. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope your 2023 was really good for reading. I would love to hear what your favorite book is down below, or you can always message me on Instagram. Here's my handle as per usual. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday, where we're going to be talking about my least favorite books. Bye!